Hello, people of YouTube. I am ShutterBug. That's my name, I think. And with me tonight, I have IHeartExploding, as I do every Wednesday. Yay! Hi. What are we doing today? I came up with a list of 5 characters that I feel represent me, and you're just gonna pull them out of your ass, I feel.
Yep, I'm just going to think of ones that I can relate to in some level and just name them and explain why.
Yep, that's what we're doing. So, do you want to start?
Um, yeah, sure. I will start with Disney princess, which I never really relate to Disney princesses until I thought about this one. The Disney princess I think that I relate to on some degree is Jasmine, and it's not because I was ever rich. I came from very, 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 let me just list the very's poor people. But I also did come from a bunch of Middle Eastern people, gypsy type people that do the things as her family was doing to her, like sort of oppressing her and making her raised to be a wife, raised to marry some strange prearranged marriage guy, and basically you're trained to be a wife, and it's not any way to live, but it's not like your parents know better because they were raised that way. So it's like I feel like I relate to her on that aspect. And like her, I broke free and met somebody else that wasn't some person that within my culture, and I got married to them. So, yay! So that's my first one.
Oh, that's a good choice. I guess I will go with my Disney princess, because I do have one on my list. And to anybody who watches my channel will think that's obvious. I'm gonna go with Ariel, which is obvious, but she's bubbly, and I like to think I'm bubbly, and she is curious about things, and I'm curious about things, and I have a feeling that Ariel would love Goodwill as much as I do, because look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Oh my gosh. And when I lived at home, my father and I didn't get along. I was kind of the rebel child, and nobody else would stick up to him. Just little old me.
And you're just like, I have all this stuff and it's mine.
Pretty much. I have my own world now, so I'm happy. But Ariel gets out and gets to marry her prince and everything, and she's happier, I think. So.
Well, you'll find a prince one day. I mean, come on.
I think I may have found my prince, but he's a little far away, kind of like Ariel's.
He needs to teleport.
Pippin and you and me, we've been talking about teleportation devices forever.
I know. We really need to get on that.
We do. So yeah, that's why I'm Ariel. Want to go for your second?
My second one that I would pick is a horrible one, but anybody who knows me knows how kind of crude and dark humored and how much of an asshole I can be. So that is why I will just blatantly state that I relate to Vex from Lost Girl, because pretty much everything stupid he has ever stupid or annoying has ever said or done, or any manipulative tricky crap he's done, I have found myself have done these things to a certain degree. Mostly the dumb stuff he says, I can relate to that. Everything he says to get him slapped, I have done it, and I have been slapped for it. So, and I used to be a goth kid too, so still have most of the clothes too, so it's like it's like a kindred spirit of male stupidity, is what it is.
I feel like I need to watch Lost Girl now.
For him, it's him and Kinsey are like the comic relief. They're hilarious.
Okay. So my turn?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Jigglypuff from Pokemon, because she wants to sing for everyone, and she wants to be noticed, and I was always the one who wanted to sing, and everybody was like, shut up, and she got really mad when they fell asleep on her, because she wanted them to hear her, and I feel the same way, Jigglypuff. I know your feelings. And then I just want to draw on their faces, because they deserve it, because they told me to shut up.
Fair enough.
Yep. That's mine.
I think if I'm gonna go with your thing and say that I could relate to a Pokemon. But I think if I related to any Pokemon, I relate to Misty's Psyduck. Misty's specifically. Because I have, all these little tendencies that come out that I guess are probably partial to blame on an autism. But you know how Psyduck is pretty much useless until he gets really pissed off?
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way sometimes. I'm like clumsy a lot, and I'm not the best at being like a housekeeper or a grown up or anything. But when serious situations arise where I have to be pissed off, serious, or do something that's, what's the proper word? Something that's like life important, I will suddenly be useful.
I like that. That's actually a very good one. I thought you were gonna say like Magikarp. I don't see you being a Magikarp, but I thought you were gonna say that.
Well, that's because I would be a troll trainer that would have nothing but Magikarps before they gave him a skill. Now he has a skill.
My next one is Tally Youngblood from Uglies. It's my favorite book series, and it's by Scott Westerfeld. And basically, she's this normal girl who wants to fit in. And by the end of the series, she's just like, I don't give a shit. Nobody touches my brain but me, because they rewire. Sorry, spoilers. They rewire their brains Okay, sorry, I'm bad at explaining these things. When you turn 16, 300 years from now in the future, there is an operation that makes you pretty, and they basically sculpt all your skin away and grow you new skin, and they make your teeth perfect, and they go through everything and make you the perfect human. They grind your bones and everything to make you perfect. While this is going on, they rewire your brain to make you kind of dumb and docile to keep the world from having to be expanded on and everything. And it's kind of a mandatory thing. But one of her friends runs away and she has to go save her. Otherwise, they tell her she can never be pretty. And throughout the series, she learns, I am just going to be myself. You leave me the crap alone. So,
That's actually sounds kind of cool.
I recommend the book to anyone who likes reading. Yeah.
So, my next one would be from the Polish fantasy novels. I can't speak Polish, I'll admit it. I think the language is Polski or something. I cannot speak it. I'm pretty sure in their language it's pronounced Wiedźmin, but to us it's Witcher.
Okay.
I love Geralt of Rivia. I think I relate to him on a lot of levels because he started when he first, was able to go be a Witcher and get out into the world. He saved a teen girl from a bunch of bandits and rapists, and he thought she would be grateful and thank him because, Witchers are kind of violent. They just go and start hacking and slashing at what they see as a monster. This guy was a monster because he was attacking her. And he was hoping she would, at least be grateful, maybe give him a thank you, and instead, the family started calling him a freak and a monster because Witchers are mutants. They have animal eyes, and they're kind of strange looking, and their abilities are superhuman. The girl got sick, the family started calling him a freak, and he basically got no thanks and just walked away, and had a few more occurrences like this. And that's when he started becoming more what the stereotypical Witcher in the books are, where they kill monsters in exchange for payment.
Oh, okay.
And they get rid of things in exchange for payment. And I kind of just empathize with him on his road that he went down with having people being not thankful to him, having people pretend to love him that didn't. That happened to him too. Let's see what else. He's just gone through so much similar things that I have, where he also had to give his adopted daughter to the elder Witcher guy to sort of hide and take care of. So he's done a lot of things where it's like I so relate to this journey that you've been on, and he didn't have the easiest life or the easiest road traveled in his life. He had the woman that he actually did fall in love with stolen from him, and another woman that he loved ends up back and forth between him and a bunch of the other Witchers. She's kind of a hoe, but her feelings are genuine, you know?
Yeah.
But it seems like my bumpy road of life and his, I relate to it so well. Even though I don't live in this fantasy world, I feel like I can relate to him because it's just, I feel like I can be like, dude, I understand why you look that stressed out. Just let's go have a scotch and let me give you a hug.
Okay, my next one is Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he's always the dork. He has his friends, people cheer him on, he's the dork, but he always keeps trying, and he doesn't give up, and he's pretty much a badass, but he's a dorky badass. So, I think I'm a dorky badass in some ways. So, yes. And we have to be quick about the last two because I can't post any longer than 15 minutes on it.
Alright, well, my next one is Edmond Dantes. As everybody knows who that is from the Count of Monte Cristo, and it's just because he got screwed over in life and he saw that revenge was a dish best served cold. Now, while I don't agree with every single thing he did, I do understand why he did it, because they really burned him bad. And I relate to him in a way that I don't destroy people's lives the way he did, but I, get my revenge as a dish best served cold in the form of extremely annoying situations, usually things that people can't be mad at, like Brian Regan, this comedian I like, one of the things that he suggested doing and that I have done is sending people just like 200 just because cards, because then they can't ask you why you did it, because just because. So yeah, my revenge is more harmless, but I relate to him on that because I have like people stabbed me in the back unexpectedly. As you know, the past 3 months, it's been insane. So I definitely relate to the Count of Monte Cristo. And I also love that book.
Wow. Okay, my last one is named Cyrano de Bergerac. It's a play written from the 1800s, set in the 1600s, and he is the strongest of the Gascon soldiers. It's French. He is a poet. He's awesome in every single way, okay? And the only problem with him is he has a really long nose. Like, his nose is really long. And he is in love with his cousin, which is fine at the time.
Yeah, that was normal.
Yeah, he's in love with his cousin, and she comes and says, I need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, she wants to talk to me. And then he realizes, oh, she has somebody else she loves and wants to tell me about it. And so he bands together with the other dude to win her heart, and he writes all the lines that the other guy says because the other guy can't talk to women worth shit. And so he, even in his, like, he will never tell her because he's ugly and he's only known a woman's friendship through her. So it's just, he's so poetic and sweet, and I just want to aspire to be that. And he's amazing, and I love him. And yes. Any final comments?
My final comment is that if I related to one more person, which I'll make brief, it is Dean Winchester, because I am super protective of my brothers and my sister. To the Dean Winchester degree, and I also speak fluent Dean, which is son of a bitch, as a comment of everything.
Okay then. So all of our links will be down below in the down bar as we always have them. And if they like this video, what can they do? They can like it, or watch it, or share with friends, or whatever.
Or they could do one.
Yeah, do a video. Share with us. And blah, blah, I don't know what I'm saying. Every step you take is a step closer to your dreams. So start walking, guys. See you soon.